Broadcasters will share the latest in weather, markets, and agriculture news. Join us this morning for topics and guests, including Clay Patton on weather and markets, Jayson Jorgensen with sports, Mark Gold with Top Third Ag on the grain markets, Jerry Stoll with country futures on the livestock markets, and Alex Makovica with agriculture news. Let's head inside the KRVN studios, joining Clay Patton with the latest in weather.
8:07 now at 880 KRVN. Good morning to you and welcome on this Thursday, March the 2nd, inside the KRVN Master Control Studios as we are streaming the morning Roundup. It's from 8 to 8:30. It's the 30 minutes of ag news and information you need to get your day started. Hey, yesterday was Statehood Day for Nebraska. Let us know in the comments your favorite thing about Nebraska and living here. Mine is the biodiverse ag landscape in which this state is home to. Now a look to the weather brought to you by Holdridge Irrigation, a whole host of 20s. Temperature-wise out and across Nebraska, 119 still holding out there to Albion. Don't really expect any moisture now as the forecasts have shifted that low much further into the southern plains. We'll join the Rural Radio Network next, brought to you by AgXL, your liquid fertilizer solution.
Options, options, options. Ranke systems have lots of options to ensure your irrigation needs are met. Ranke offers 5 pipe options to match every type of water condition: galvanized steel, chromium steel, aluminum, stainless steel, and polylined. Contact Holdridge Irrigation, your local Ranke pivot dealer, to see which option is best for you. In addition to water pipe options, Ranke offers a variety of control panels to give you reliable and trouble-free use. If your needs change over time, contact Holdridge Irrigation to assist you with upgrading the control panel. Thanks to the compatibility between each Ranke control panel, changes are easy to make. Holdridge Irrigation will look at your irrigation needs and conditions and will recommend the pipe and control panel best suited for you. Ranke also has a number of specialty pivot options available. Contact Holdridge Irrigation to see which pivot option is the best fit for you and your operation.
AgXL, your one-stop shop for precision liquid fertilizer placement, has everything you need to set up your implement for liquid fertilizer placement. Whether you're planting, drilling, side dressing, strip tilling, applying starter, 2x2, insecticide, fungicide, or even treating dry fertilizer, AgXL has a solution for your needs. Give them a call today to discuss your needs. AgXL, 877-218-1981, or visit their website at agxl.com for a free quote.
Good morning. Clay Patton on the Rural Radio Network, and now it's time to take a look at the factors influencing the commodity trade today. On the line with us from Chicago is Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing. Good morning, Mark.
Well, good morning. Overnight, we had May corn up 3 3/4 cents, 639.5. May wheat up 4 1/4 cents at 714 1/4. And May beans down 1.5 pennies at 14.92 3/4. We did not see any sales announced. There were rumors yesterday of China buying corn, but no evidence of that so far. Weekly sales: corn 598, soybeans a combined 494. Both numbers pretty low, and the wheat a combined 303, again pretty low. Argentina, we know, continues to be drier than normal. This week, they're going to get some scattered rains, but not too much. Apparently, Putin is squawking about the extension agreement. I don't think that's very surprising at all. I think he's going to make some kind of comments to try to boost the price of wheat so he can sell some more. StoneX came out with a soy estimate on Brazil, 154.7, up 500,000 metric tons, and up about 700,000 on the corn to 130.6. Obviously, huge crops in Brazil. So overall, we're on a little bit of a bounce here from yesterday. Maybe we see another bounce here today, but the dollar's back up 56 ticks, back over 105. That could put a little damper on things.
And that is Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing. You can always learn more at topthird.com. Again, the website to visit is topthird.com. Do remember, though, the trading futures and options involve risk of loss, may not be suitable for all investors. Do consider these risks before investing. As we look out, again, not a great look here at the export sales picture this morning. Soybeans at a marketing year low when it comes to new export sales.
It's coming. More innovation. More flexibility, and more reasons for weeds to scream in fear. Introducing the latest innovation from Corteva Agriscience, Resicor XL herbicide. It's everything you love about Resicor herbicide, but with a wider application window, greater tank mix compatibility, increased crop safety, and higher yield potential. It's more, delivered in a big and powerful way. Learn how you can protect your fields with more at ResicorXL.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline has a new number, 988. There is hope for 24/7 support. Just call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Clay Patton on the Rural Radio Network. Now let's go ahead and check on the livestock side of the trade. And to do so, we're going to talk with Jerry Stoll of Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Clay. S&P futures down 21, dollar index up 60, crude oil up 38, Dow futures up 100. We're looking at the last night's lean hog index, 78.58 up 7, and that pork cutout value was 85.44 up 118. We'll just call hogs mixed when we open up here at 8:30. We closed down on the weak side yesterday again, and we'll just go with mixed. Cattle complex, we still await cash fed trade this week. Last night's beef cutout value did not perform well, 287.33 down 112, and that compares to 288.58 at noon. The feeder index was 183.04 up 42. Very active day in the futures yesterday. We tried to rally early, had a big failure, and kind of a sharp break off the highs, recovered off those lows to finish lower. Only cash fed trade reported so far this week could be in the Iowa area, and that appears to have kind of a dollar higher trend to it here. And we're hopeful we can still get that dollar higher trend going this week, even though in all reality the beef market is beginning to act tired after this recent run-up. We'll call cattle mixed, possibly a little easier when we open up here at 8:30.
And that is Jerry Stoll with Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. You can always learn more at countryfutures.com. Again, it's countryfutures.com, the website to visit. Do you remember, though, that trading futures and options involve risk of loss, may not be suitable for all investors. Do consider these risks before investing. And we don't have all of our analysts putting in yet for the daily livestock, cattle, and hog slaughter. So let's go over and see if we can't look at a quick note for the export sales on beef and pork. Also looks like on the ticker there, seeing a little bit of a delay on those as well. So let's look at the livestock factors on the Rural Radio Network.
Are you ready to top the feeder market with more pounds boosting your bottom line? Attend the DBL and Sonderup production sale Thursday, March 16th at the Bull Lodge west of Fullerton. They're offering 120 yearling and fall Angus bulls, along with 9 hand-picked yearling heifers out of proven sire groups, including Worldwide, Home-Raised, 316 Exclusive, Black Diamond, Versatile, Power Play, and more. With the Christensen buyback program, you can be assured of the support offered to their customers as they continue to bid on calves that are a part of their program. For livestock that will be effective from farm to plate with a focus on the commercial cattleman, attend the DBL and Sonderup Angus Bull and Female Sale. Visit dvauction.com to view videos and catalog or call 308-536-2405. DBL and Sonderup Angus Bull and Female Sale, Thursday, March 16th at the Bull Lodge west of Fullerton.
Well, it's 8:16 back at 880 KRVN. That check of the factors influencing the commodity trade brought to you by AgXL, your liquid fertilizer application solution in Kearney, and Holdridge Irrigation. So thank you to our great sponsors here on KRVN. Let's head on over and talk with Jayson Jorgensen, who has the latest for us in sports. Brett listening in this morning from Overton, Nebraska. Thank you, Brett, for commenting and letting us know where you're tuning in from as well. Always having fun with folks tagging along on our morning roundup. Catch the stream at KRVN's Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter page.
Hey, this is Tyler with Summit Contracting. Let's talk about grain bins. But one of the great things about working with Summit Contracting and GSI is we can provide you with every component to move, store, and condition grain. You buy a GSI from us because of the service and our crews. We don't just say that we're going to provide you service, we provide it. It's never too early to start a project if it's as simple as a bin this year or an entire greenfield project that takes time to develop and plan. So let's get started on your grain project at buildsummit.com.
And as promised, it's Jayson Jorgensen once again with sports.
The NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament got started up yesterday in Class C1. It was Adams Central pushing their way past Gothburg. In other action, Bridgeport was able to hold off Lincoln Christian. North Bend and Malcolm were the other winners in Class C1. Yesterday morning in Class D1, if you missed it, Ravenna eventually pulled away from SCM, and Hastings St. Cecilia was a winner over an Elwyn Murdoch. Last night, Centura was impressive over Elgin Pope John, 45-27, and Cedar Catholic. They bumped off Johnson Brock. In Class A action yesterday and last night, winners included Millard South, Bellevue West, Millard North, and Lincoln High. Today, C2 gets underway. Southern Valley is back in Lincoln for the first time since 2010 as they'll take on perennial power Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Tip-off today is set for 3:15 at the Devaney Center. We'll bring you the game on 93.1 The River. Elsewhere, games of note in Class D2, a couple of area teams will square off. Shelton, who's had a wonderful year at 22-1. They'll battle Wilcox Hildreth as the Falcons come in 18-7. Tip-off of that one tonight is set for 6 at the Devaney Center. And in Class B action, York, who's had another fabulous season, they are 20-3. They will square off against Scotts Bluff, who comes in 21-5. Tip-off of that one is set for 3:15 at Pinnacle Bank Arena. The UNK women begin action tonight in Kansas City in the quarterfinals of the MIAA tournament as the Lopers, who are the top seed, take on Northwest Missouri for a third time this season. Northwest Missouri was a big winner last night over Newman. UNK goes into the tournament with the number 1 ranking in the Central region. A long run in Kansas City would assure the Lopers a chance to host the NCAA regional tournament next weekend in Kearney. Tip-off tonight is set for 6. We will bring you the game on 93.1 The River and 106.9 in Kearney. The Nebraska women's basketball team opens up pursuit of a Big Ten tournament title, and they need to play well enough to potentially get into the NCAA tournament, as today they'll take on Michigan State as the women's Big Ten tournament is taking place in Minneapolis. Huskers go in as the 8th seed. The Spartans are seeded 9th. Tip-off this morning is set for 11:30. Now, Nebraska opened the week at number 41 in the net rankings after playing one of the nation's toughest regular season schedules. They also come into this one with a little bit of momentum. They won their final 2 games of the regular season by a combined 49 points. Once again, tip-off is this morning at 11:30. We will bring you that game locally on Kimmy Country. And in men's top 25 college basketball action last night, another big win for Kansas State as the Wildcats took care of Oklahoma, 85-69. That's a look at sports. For more, you can find that anytime at krvn.com. I'm Jayson Jorgensen.
Hi, this is Jim Baldonado with the Home Agency. When was the last time you sat down with your agent and went over your farm and ranch policy, or your homeowner policy, or the policy that insures your acreage? Are you insured to value? If you haven't visited with your agent for 3 to 5 years, my guess is you are not insured to value, and if you have a loss, you will not be happy. Please give us a call and let us make sure you are insured to value. Call home, the Home Agency, that is, at 1-800-245-4241.
Well, it is 8:20, almost 8:21 here at 880 KRVN, and welcome back as we're now inside the KRVN Weather Center. It's good to have you along here today as, I don't know, just a good day. It's a good Thursday. I mean, it's still going to be one of the coldest days of the week, but it's not the cold we saw last week. We're not having bitterly negative cold temperatures across the region. Still below freezing, though, for all of Nebraska. Right now, nobody's above it. It is 30 degrees right now in Falls City, and it's 30 degrees in Holyoke, Colorado. but that's about the only spot where we get to see that type of reprieve. Out in north central Kansas, from Plainville east towards Beloit, Glasgow, and Concordia, they're seeing some heavy cloud cover, maybe a stray sprinkler flurry, but again, nothing of tremendous amount of moisture. Talking with a friend down in the Woodward, Oklahoma area, where it's 36 degrees here this morning, he says their forecasters calling for some moisture starting out through there this afternoon, and already setting up a mesoscale discussion in southeast Oklahoma, where they could see an increased amount of volatility in the weather and atmosphere, causing severe thunderstorm outbreaks, even possibly tornadoes out in that area here later this afternoon. So why all this weather outbreak in the southern plains, but nothing for the northern plains? Well, we've got a cold front ushering through. With it, it's bringing a low pressure front with it. But in our early forecast models, and really up through even 24 hours ago, we saw that low pressure system tracking across southern plains, hitting Oklahoma and Texas. But we thought it would be just enough north that would help still bring a little bit into northwest Kansas, north central Kansas, out through south central Nebraska, southwest Nebraska as well, maybe seeing 1 to 3 inches south of I-80. Today's model forecasts, though, have started to dramatically change that. And you can see those models as well when you head on over to KRVN's Facebook page. That's right. Once you're done here with our morning streaming video, then you can head on over and look at the weather maps there that we've got posted as well. But there it really shows it. I mean, basically trace amounts at most for a good portion of northern Kansas out through the I-80 corridor in Nebraska. North of that, nothing expected at all. So again, trace amounts at best. The heavier amounts now, Goodland and south from the Goodland National Weather Service, they're saying 1 to 3 inches south of Goodland. So really, I mean, it doesn't even get started till you get further into Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. Right now at KRVN, latest conditions that we are seeing, it is 26 here currently with 88% humidity. We'll join the Rural Radio Network coming up in 90 seconds, brought to you by Ag Valley Co-op of Edison.
Producers, join us at the Warner Beef Bull Sale Wednesday, March 8th at 1 p.m. at the Ranch, Arapahoe, Nebraska. Offering the best yet, Balancer, Gelbvieh, and Sim Angus bulls, including 70 big stout 18-month-old bulls and 70 fantastic spring yearlings. Every bull sells with a complete data set, genomics, fertility tested, and our unconditional guarantee, along with free keep and free delivery. Don't miss this opportunity to increase the pay weight and profitability of your calf crop with a Warner Beef bull. For more information, contact Dan at 308-962-6511 or visit us at warnerbeef.com. Or you can view and bid online at dvauction.com. That's the Warner Beef Genetic Investment Bull Sale, Wednesday, March 8th at Arapahoe, Nebraska. Offering the best yet, Balancer, Gelbvieh, and Sim Angus bulls.
Ag Valley Co-op proudly serves 2,417 members across our 15 locations throughout Nebraska and Kansas, just as we've done since 1953. Ag Valley Co-op is here to serve you through our 4 departments of agronomy, energy, feed, and grain. We strongly and actively support all of our local 4-H, FFA, and other community events. Ag Valley Co-op, building tomorrow together. Visit our website at agvalley.com.
With this update of agriculture news here on the Rural Radio Network, I'm Bryce Doeschot. We're having a great start to the Thursday morning. Happening in the Pacific Northwest this week was the Nebraska Soybean Board See for Yourself tour. That group is traveling back to Nebraska today. We get an update with Alex Makovica, who is traveling with the group.
We're visiting with Jordan Emanuel. He's from the North Bend area. Jordan, first of all, want to get to know you a little bit more. Tell us about you and your operation and your background a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm a corn and soybean farmer from North Bend. I farm with my dad, brother, and uncle, and grandpa's still involved as well. And we do commercial corn, soybeans, and then we also do seed corn and seed beans.
So you and about 15 other soybean growers across the state traveled over 1,700 miles to Washington to ultimately see where those soybeans go once they leave the state. What are some things that stick out in your mind?
Just the massive size of, like, just the scale of everything. So our first stop yesterday was at AGP, and it takes 5 trains of 100 cars, and each car holds 100 metric tons to fill one vessel. Just the size and scope of that is just still mind-boggling to me, that it takes that much soybean meal to fill one vessel.
You guys also got to see some other places that weren't necessarily directly involved with soybeans. Tell me about some of those places.
Today we visited an aqua farmer, and that was very interesting. Just what they have to do between putting liquidated oxygen into the water system to keep those fish alive, and how they transport them around through essentially a big vacuum tube from one tank to another, and how they grow them, and then who their end users really are. It's all very interesting. But then at the same time, you're talking about something totally different that we're not used to. But yet we still kind of deal with the same type of political climates and issues that bring us all together in agriculture.
I guess 30,000 foot perspective, why do you think it's important to go on trips like this?
It opens your eyes, definitely, to look at some of these fish farmers, and we went to a food processor of seafood. It's just eye-opening to see how this is essentially the next step in our process of beans from the Midwest to the Pacific Northwest, and then on to the soybean meal anyway, to its home destination somewhere in the Pacific Rim. It's just a great, for lack of a better term, farm to table, but not really, but it's just the big process of it all and how it works.
All right, that again, Jordan Emanuel joining us. He's from North Bend on the 2023 Nebraska Soybean Board See for Yourself Tour in Washington.
Thank you for that final update, Alex, and safe travels back for you and the rest of the group. From inside the Nebraska Soybean Board studio, which is brought to you in part by Nebraska soybean farmers and their checkoff, you're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
You're listening to KRVN in the Morning with Clay Patton, keeping you updated with the latest in weather, markets, and news.
Professional products for the professional rancher. That's the Hydrobed difference, the original bale handler. Hydrobed is proudly built in the USA and has been working through the toughest of conditions since 1983. Your income is hard-earned, and investing in equipment that cuts time, not corners, is important to your farm and ranch. With more attachments and uses than ever before, it's worth to give me a call. Kelly at Kelly Sales and Service, Elm Creek, Nebraska, 308-856-4900.
880 KRVN, 106.9 Kearney, and 98.5 Grand Island.
Confused by all the bull sale ads? You're not alone. Your ranch, cow herd goals, and needs are unique. That's why Flying H Genetics offers several genetic packages in both black and red to meet your exact needs. You consult your veterinarian or feed supplier for their recommendations. Why not your genetic supplier? For 87 years, our family's been helping progressive cattlemen identify, manage, and produce superior beef cattle. We would be honored to help you, too. For complete information, call Kyle at 308-962-6940 or Dick at 308-962-6500. Or find a copy of the sale book, bull videos, and more information on our website at flyinghgenetics.com. Join us at the ranch north of Arapahoe, Nebraska, Saturday, March 4th. View the bulls, enjoy lunch, and watch the bulls file through the ring. Or join us online. Watch the videos and bid at www.dvauction.com.
Celebrate the great tradition of the American West. Cowboy Corner with Red Stiegel. Sundays at 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. on 880 KRVN.
Good morning, Clay Patton on the Rural Radio Network. Let's take a check now of that opening commodity trade, where corn is able to hold some limited gains in the overnight session. Soybeans, though, wobble and falter as we see soybean oil heading into the negative, soybeans and soybean meal even trying to give back their overnight gains as the opening salvo hits. Meanwhile, the wheat market is back into the positive, despite the fact the U.S. dollar index is back above the 105 mark with some more safe haven buying hitting the streets. Now, exports this morning, export sales anyway, saw wheat net sales down 16%, corn net sales down 27% week over week, sorghum down 49% week over week, and soybeans a marketing year low. We only sold 360,000 metric tons of old crop beans last week. Of course, China was still the number one purchaser there. As we look to your opening markets, March corn 643 3/4, up 3 1/4. May corn 638 1/4, up 2 1/2. July corn 627 3/4, up 2. March soybeans 1503 1/2, down 3/4. May 1491 1/4, down 3 1/4. July beans 14.80 and 3/4, down 3 3/4. March Chicago wheat 7.04 up 7. May 7.10 and 3/4, up 3/4. July 7.18 now 19 up 1. March Kansas City is yet to open, so May 8.18 up 1 3/4. July KC 8.10 up a half. September 8.12 1/4, down a quarter. We have April live cattle $65.07 down a nickel. June $60.45 down 15. August $59.55 down 12. April feeders $94.20 up 35. May $98.97 down 2. August $212.75 up 12. May lean hogs $94.57 up $1.05. June $147 up 67. July $103.75 67 cents higher.
I'm Terry Haney, Director of the Nebraska Lead Program. Applications are now being accepted for Nebraska Lead Group 42.